Welcome back to Mission Ready, the VA Disability Podcast. I'm Dr. Marshall Bahr, your host, and I'm joined again today by Josh Acker, my co-host.
Glad to be here today.
Today's an exciting one because we're not just talking about a condition, we're talking about our mission. So I am excited to officially announce that we are going to be launching our nonprofit arm, the Xterra Health Foundation. So we're going to get into that and what that is. So Josh, can you briefly just kind of talk about what and why Xterra Health Foundation?
For Xterra Health Foundation?
Yeah, why did we create it?
But I truly believe that we should not, and the foundation and all of us truly believe that money should not limit any veteran to get any kind of help. Nexus-wise, anything, DBQs, getting medical advice, caregivers, stuff like that. The main reason is beyond the Nexus letter is how we're going to help still.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want finances to be a barrier to access to these services, right?
Absolutely.
Access to independent medical opinions, Nexus letters, or DBQs.
Right.
Because we understand the importance of these play in a claims process.
Absolutely.
And we also understand that they cost a lot of money for some people.
We strive to be the lowest in the, cost effective.
Yeah, we are one of the most, if not the most cost effective in the industry.
Absolutely. $500.
Flat fee.
We
will sliding scale to you based on financial hardship.
There's times I'll get a phone call that says, can I do half payment? Well, totally we work out with that. $500 is a lot. It is a lot for some people because
let's face the facts, right? The economy is not the most beautiful.
No.
And people are struggling.
Huh?
But beyond that, there are a lot of veterans that are on fixed income.
Yes.
There are a lot of homeless veterans.
Yes.
And a lot of veterans are just stuck in the bureaucratic limbo. And again,
absolutely,
this is just furthering our evidence of what our mission was. Our core mission is to make sure that we help every veteran we can with these services and not let finances be a barrier. That's why we started Xterra Health. But the foundation is just going to be a continuation of what we said. We do what we say, and we execute on things we promise.
The barrier could be just that Nexus letter, and they couldn't afford to pay for that Nexus letter.
Yeah.
And that could be that Nexus letter could be the life-changing moment. They say if they were only at, we'll say that we went to 0%, and they got a letter for PTSD, immediately 100%, just from that Nexus letter. But before, they couldn't afford that.
I mean, frankly, can I be frank? It is bullshit that there are companies out there charging thousands of dollars for this service. We charge as low as we humanly possibly can just to cover overhead, but even that seems like too much for us sometimes. I want this to be a free service.
I think it should be a free service for vets.
Their primary care doctors should be writing these for free.
Yes.
The fact that they're not is asinine in itself.
Even if they try to go through a private doctor and try to get a Nexus letter, they still have the copays, meet a deductible.
Yeah.
That's still more. That's still money out of the pocket just to give a private doctor to do it.
Yeah.
There's still money coming out of that pocket.
I am an Army Ranger by training, right? And one of the ethos in the Ranger Creed is you never leave a fallen comrade. And that's been the mantra I've carried when I started Xterra Health, and it's the mantra I'm carrying into the foundation. And because I don't want to leave any veteran behind. If you're truly struggling to meet financial means and ends meet, you got a family to take care of, you got no roof over your head, and this is the only thing that's preventing you from getting service connected, let us lift that weight off, all right? Mm-hmm. Let us help. Let us carry you to the finish line.
Yes.
And that's what the foundation is for.
That, I think, is the goal we want to achieve. 100%. Everybody gets a letter.
What we're doing now, it's working. We're over 95% success rate. We've never lost an appeal. And let's put it into the foundation, give everyone the same services we can, and get the same gold standard, same results. But now that there's no cost, it's going to be the barrier. It's a good point to leverage into the next section, right? What will the foundation be doing? What are the services that the foundation is going to be doing?
The main thing is going to be paying for that DBQ or Nexus letter that often sometimes doesn't get paid, or it's very often, I get it, because if anybody of you have come through and you see my name is on that email link that I'm sending out the payments. And there's some times where I have to re-engage and be like, they won't answer, they won't say anything, and I re-engage with them. And I go, hey, are you okay? Do you still want to go with your Nexus letter? And I go, is there a way that I can possibly break this up into payments, or can we wait like a couple months until I get some money scrounged up, or the first of the month, because that's when they get their disability? These are very common pitfalls. Or there's just ones who are just saying that I cannot afford it because I only make $640 a month.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to figure out how we can help him or her, but also cover the overhead.
Yeah, it's the sad truth, but it's the truth that we live in. And this is that a lot of veterans are struggling.
Yes.
And, we're going to be able to accomplish this through offering grants and scholarships to qualifying veterans. And that way, it really is, they're not going to have to pay a cent out of pocket to get these services. But beyond the normal services we're already doing right now, there are going to be a couple other programs that are going to be wrapped into the foundation. One is going to be the Caregiver Support Program. Mm-hmm. So, explain that.
So Caregiver Support Program is trying to get a spouse compensated for having to take care of a veteran. Often wives, husbands, they have to stop what they're doing and quit their job, which it could be significant. They would be making a lot of money. Maybe they were, let's use me as a scenario. Eventually, I'm going to get old because I have a TBI. I'm going to have dementia.
Josh,
probably.
You're old, buddy.
I am old. I have a possibility of getting Alzheimer's and dementia. Carrie's going to have to take care of me. And she's going to have to quit her job. And she has a very good job. And so now how is she going to make up for that? And this is where that caregiver support
So we're going to be offering, medical support letters. How do you do the forms? How do you get qualified for that program? That's what we're going to offer. Another program we're offering is housing support grants for our adaptive, housing grants for qualifying veterans, providing medical letters of necessity, why they need that, helping to fill those out.
Yes.
So you get grant applications. And another one is we're going to be launching kind of a wellness program. Partnering up with other nonprofits that are in this space already to offer different recreational, holistic healing activities, sports that veterans who qualify for can go to, and help with the healing process.
This is this is us still being engaged with you beyond the Nexus letter.
Yeah,
because you're not just a client; you're a veteran to us, and we want to take care of you, and we want to continue that care beyond that Nexus letter. Beyond that service connection.
That's our why for this. Our mission doesn't stop at claims. It really starts with the impact. We want to make a huge impact in this space on the veteran community.
Yes.
And like I said, I just want to echo it. This foundation is just, it's just furthering our mission. A lot of people listening know who we are, understand the why behind why we exist, why, getting veterans, the medical evidence they need to win their claims and get the benefits they deserve. That's the why of why Xterra Health exists. But the why behind, the foundation, talk a little bit more about the epidemic, the problem going on right now.
Not from the field, the phone calls that I get, the feedback that I get from the veterans, from Xterra Health. It's also what I've done as a VSO. I was a financial advisor, and so basically what they do is they come to me and they would ask, it was county funded, so it's not really that much money. I mean, counties only have so much to give. So they were on a fixed income. I go through their finances, kind of get a little personal, but you kind of go through and you see where the problem is. If you notice that they're doing everything they possibly can, and they're just scratching by. I give them it was a $500 voucher to get food, and then $500 to get cash. But it was only so much. I mean, really, how far are you going to get with $500? It's not really going to get you out of the hole. And I've seen that not too often, because what it did is it didn't change the narrative. It was a revolving door. They kept coming back and kept coming back because they were continuously in this role. And I said, what's the problem? Why, let me take a step back here. Why do they keep returning? And so then I took the time, because these weren't my clients. I wasn't their VSO. Well, I would look back and kind of be like, what is going on? And I would see that they're not service connected. It could have been a change of just that $600 or whatever they could have get, 30%. That 30% they would have been completely fine, and they wouldn't be coming. That would be changing the narrative. And they would, we're giving out helping you get to where you need to get to, and then also trying to find a way to make that supplement that income, and that would be to that claim. And that could be that missing DBQ, missing the Nexus letter.
I mean, really, the people that can't afford Nexus letters, that can't afford DBQs, are probably the ones that need this the most.
Needs it the most, yes.
They need that compensation to survive. They're not working right now. They can't work right now. They got no other income coming in. They're living off either Social Security or they're living off their VA claim service connection check already. This is honestly what we're doing. We want it to be life-changing.
Yes.
Let us get you that 100% if we can. Get you $4,000 plus a month.
We would love to get everybody 100% because that's life-changing for anybody.
Yeah.
It could be, you could be a millionaire still getting $5,000 a month is still a pretty good income.
Yeah.
Because that just pays for all your bills. But for somebody who has such little income, that's like, that we could probably change some lives.
Yeah. And our motto at Xterra Health is service beyond self.
Right.
That is putting others before your own personal needs. That's putting the veterans before the needs of the company. It's putting the veterans before the needs of employees, the providers, the VA. We want to uplift our community, our veteran community, and put them first. Because we help them, we understand the whole community thrives.
Right.
And we want to change that culture into a veteran thriving culture.
Yes.
So let's talk about how a veteran's going to sign up for this. All right. So we're going to be launching a website, XterraHealthFoundation.org. You're going to be able to sign up on that directly. We'll have a couple other avenues too that'll be, in the pipeline for announcements soon. But yeah, it's a easy, streamlined process signing up. Based on financial need. We'll determine that, and then you'll be, after you're vetted and you meet the criteria, then you're eligible for service.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're an organization, an individual, a corporation, anyone out there that really believes in this mission or what we're saying resonates with you, and you want to make an impact, this is your opportunity to make that impact. Donate. If you can donate, give any amount of money, you get in contact with us. I'm not going to lie. This is for veteran causes. There's no fluff. There's nothing else. Every dollar that we receive from a donor, from a grant, from anyone, that goes directly back to our veterans. It goes directly into impact work. And that's at the core what the foundation is for.
Absolutely.
It's to make the biggest amount of impact as we can possible. We want to disrupt this space. We want to change how things are done. And when we say we're veterans here for veterans, we're not some other company, other speaking head that say that. We hear that all the time. I'm a veteran here helping veterans. When they hear us say that, they know at their core that we mean what we say.
No, yes. Take it to heart that we want to help. It's open arms. We're ready to give you a hug.
Man, I feel like you're about to come over and attack me there.
Well, I was an aggressive hug, maybe.
So I want to talk about just anecdotally a story. And this is the target demographic of who we're going to be helping with this foundation. We had a veteran, let's call him Joe. But, he called in, he said, hey, I need to get service connected. I've been denied twice for PTSD. Something happened in service, but they kept saying it's not service connected. Treatment records were silent for it. And we went through the whole process with him, wrote his Nexus letter, did the DBQ for him. And then when it was time to finalize everything, he's like, oh man, I don't know if I can afford this. I need some time. I started asking questions about, okay, let's see if we can work together, figure something out. We want to make sure, we don't want this to be obviously a barrier to getting this letter. And, I come to find out the guy's living in his car. He's homeless, and he's been homeless for like 6 months. And, that's the people that we need help with this. What I did, I did it pro bono for him. I don't want costs to be the problem for not getting these right. But it's people like Joe, the homeless veteran population, the veterans that are really struggling, that this foundation is meant to touch. Mm-hmm. That's again where that impact's going to be made. We started Xterra Health to fix a system that was broken, and the foundation is now being launched to pick up those that are still left behind. So, final thoughts, anything that you can think of that we haven't mentioned that the viewers should be aware of?
Well, yeah. I mean, I could probably go for my own personal story, my personal journey here. When I first got out of the military, didn't know what to do. I lost, didn't know how to file claims, didn't know nothing, had no job, barely scraping by. I finally found a job, low-paying job. It was the only thing I just rushed to it because I was living in squalor. Me and my wife joke about it now, but I was living in a chicken coop. And,
oh my gosh.
And, I didn't have nothing to my name. And so miserable. I was miserable. It was a horrible way to live. I didn't know what PTSD was. I didn't know none of this. And I just sat there and struggled and without any help or without any money, had nowhere to go to. And got service-connected PTSD, 100%, was my complete life-changing. And I think it probably stopped me from maybe, like, being one of those statistics. Being a 22.
Man.
So, that's why I hold this very true of giving back to the veterans.
I mean, that's your why, Josh.
Yes.
And that's the why you bring to Xterra Health every day and what we're bringing to the foundation.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that, brother.
Yes.
This, this, what we're launching is just the beginning too. Stay tuned because as we evolve, there's going to be more announcements. There's going to be more collaborations to come. We're at a very exciting time in what we're doing right now to make an impact.
Absolutely.
So, in the end here, if you're liking what you're seeing, please, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can listen to more content, more announcements, more collaborations that are coming. Follow us, learn more about us at xterrahealth.com. Once our xterrahealthfoundation.org website launches, we'll let you know.
Yes.
You can follow us on all of our social accounts. Mm-hmm. And then if you're a donor, help out. If you want to volunteer, reach out. Or if you know a veteran that could benefit from this,
yes.
Send them our way.
Yes. If you know somebody that needs that help, send them their way.
Because we're there to elevate them.
Because sometimes they don't want to reach out. Some people don't want that handout. We want to give that handout and help you.
So Josh, until next time,
stay mission ready.
Stay mission ready.